Scorpios are among the most fascinating and intense signs of the zodiac. Known for their passion, loyalty, and strength, they often leave a lasting impression on anyone who crosses their path. But what happens when you hurt a Scorpio? When you betray a Scorpio's trust or wrong them, you're not simply facing a minor conflict, you're entering a world of emotional complexity and depth. In this video, we'll explore 12 reasons why you should never hurt a Scorpio. Their deep emotional nature, intense loyalty, and protective instincts make them not only one of the most passionate signs but also one of the most challenging when crossed. If you've ever wondered what happens when you hurt a Scorpio or what drives their fierce reactions, stay with us as we uncover why you should be careful with their trust and emotions. Let's dive into the Scorpio personality and explore why hurting them can have consequences that go far beyond the surface. 1. They are intensely loyal. When a Scorpio commits to someone, they commit fully. Loyalty is at the core of everything a Scorpio does, whether it's in their friendships, family relationships, or romantic connections. For them, loyalty is not just a value, it's a foundation. Once a Scorpio trusts you, they give you their full emotional investment. They will defend you, stand by your side, and go to great lengths to ensure your well-being. However, when you hurt a Scorpio, you're doing more than just disappointing them. You're breaking the bond of trust that they've placed in you. Scorpios may be slow to trust, but once they do, their loyalty is unwavering. If you betray that loyalty, you risk losing them for good. They don't take betrayal lightly, and once that trust is broken, it's not easy to earn back. Expect them to become guarded and cautious around you, as they will remember the hurt you caused and use it as a reference for future interactions. 2. They have a deep emotional nature. Scorpios are known for their intense emotions, and their emotional depth is one of their most defining traits. They don't just feel things on the surface, they experience emotions at a level that few can understand. Whether it's love, anger, or sadness, a Scorpio feels it deeply and passionately. This emotional intensity makes them incredibly loyal, but it also makes them vulnerable. They put their whole heart into everything they do, especially in relationships, and they expect the same level of emotional commitment from others. When a Scorpio is hurt, their emotional reaction can be overwhelming, not just for them, but for the people around them. They process their feelings intensely, often retreating into their emotions to make sense of what's happened. If you've hurt a Scorpio, expect them to feel the pain deeply. They may not always express their hurt immediately, but trust that it will affect them at a profound level. Once hurt, a Scorpio is not likely to forget the emotional wound they've experienced. It will remain with them, affecting how they interact with you and others in the future. 3. They are protective of their loved ones. Scorpios are incredibly protective of their loved ones. They are fiercely loyal and will go to any lengths to shield their friends, family, and partners from harm. If you hurt someone a Scorpio cares about, you can be sure that they will defend them with everything they have. They don't take kindly to threats, whether physical or emotional, and will stand up for those they love without hesitation. This protective nature extends to their emotional boundaries as well. If you hurt a Scorpio, they will not only protect themselves but also distance themselves from you to protect their emotional well-being. They may shut you out completely to avoid further pain or betrayal, ensuring that they don't allow anyone to harm them or their loved ones again. A Scorpio's protectiveness is rooted in their intense feelings of loyalty and devotion, and once you've crossed the line, they won't hesitate to shut you out and defend what's theirs. 4. They don't trust easily. One of the core traits of a Scorpio is their guarded nature. Scorpios are extremely selective when it comes to who they trust. Unlike some signs who give their trust freely, Scorpios approach relationships with caution and skepticism. Their past experiences, combined with their sharp intuition, make them acutely aware of who they allow into their inner circle. They are constantly evaluating whether someone is truly trustworthy, and they are highly protective of their vulnerability. If you hurt a Scorpio, breaking their trust can have long-lasting consequences. Gaining a Scorpio's trust is not something that happens overnight, and once it's broken, it's incredibly hard to repair. They will not easily forgive and forget, especially if they feel that you've betrayed them in some way. If you betray their trust, you can expect them to be emotionally distant and closed off, making it difficult for you to regain their confidence. Their skepticism towards others only grows when they've been hurt, and the walls they build around themselves can become even harder to break through in the future. 5. They are master strategists. Scorpios are not only emotionally intense but also incredibly intelligent and strategic. Their minds work like a chessboard, always thinking several steps ahead. They are adept at analyzing situations, understanding people's motives, and predicting outcomes with remarkable accuracy. Scorpios are patient and thoughtful, taking their time to formulate plans, assess risks, and decide on the best course of action. This strategic mindset makes them incredibly effective in navigating complex situations, whether in their personal or professional lives. When a Scorpio feels hurt, they won't react impulsively. Instead, they will carefully analyze the situation, considering all angles and potential consequences. They are masters of playing the long game, and when they decide how to respond to being wronged, they do so with precision. This ability to strategize means that when you hurt a Scorpio, you may not see the full extent of their feelings right away. But rest assured, they are quietly formulating their response, biding their time and waiting for the right moment to act. Their calculated nature means that any retaliation, when it comes, will be executed with a sense of control and purpose. 6. They can hold a grudge. When it comes to grudges, Scorpios are known for their ability to hold on to them. They are not the type to forgive and forget easily, especially when it comes to deep betrayals or emotional wounds. Scorpios feel things intensely, and when they are hurt, the pain doesn't just disappear, it lingers, sometimes for years. They will carefully store away the memory of the hurt, often using it as a reference point in future interactions. If you wrong a Scorpio, be prepared for the long-term impact of that grudge. Even if they don't openly express it, a Scorpio will keep track of how you've hurt them, and they'll hold on to that hurt as a reminder. This lingering resentment can color how they view you in the future, making it difficult for them to fully trust or engage with you the same way again. They might not confront you directly about the grudge, but the emotional distance will be there, and it will take a significant amount of time, effort, and genuine remorse to even begin to erase that lingering resentment. 7. They can be vengeful. Scorpios are known for their strong sense of justice, and when they feel wronged, their need for revenge can be fierce. They may not always express their anger outwardly, but don't mistake their calm demeanor for indifference. Scorpios have an innate ability to plot and strategize, and if you've hurt them, they might be quietly planning their response. When a Scorpio feels that they've been betrayed, they won't let it slide. Their sense of justice will drive them to seek retribution in a way that makes sure you know the consequences of your actions. A Scorpio's vengeance is rarely impulsive. They are patient, waiting for the right moment to strike back, and when they do, it is often done with a sense of calculated precision. Whether it's through subtle manipulation, exposing hidden truths, or making sure you experience the consequences of your actions, a Scorpio will ensure that you understand what happens when you cross them. It's not about mindless revenge, it's about delivering justice in a way that will leave a lasting impact, and it's a part of their deeply rooted sense of integrity. So, if you've hurt a Scorpio, don't be surprised if they get their revenge, it's often inevitable, and when it happens, it's powerful. 8. They are extremely independent. Scorpios are some of the most independent individuals in the zodiac. They value their freedom and self-reliance above all else. They don't rely on others for validation or support and are highly capable of standing on their own 2 feet. Whether it's making decisions, solving problems, or navigating life's challenges, Scorpios prefer to do things their own way. They are not the type to ask for help unless they absolutely need it, and even then, they will only do so after exhausting all other options. If you hurt a Scorpio, you'll quickly realize how fiercely they will protect their independence. They won't beg for your attention, nor will they chase after you for forgiveness. Instead, they'll retreat into themselves, making sure they create enough distance between you and them to preserve their emotional autonomy. This withdrawal isn't just about protecting their heart, it's about reaffirming their ability to thrive without depending on anyone else. Once a Scorpio has been hurt, they'll draw back into their self-sufficiency, and it will take significant effort on your part to re-enter their world. 9. They are intuitive. Scorpios possess one of the sharpest intuitions of any zodiac sign. They have an innate ability to read people and situations with uncanny accuracy. This sixth sense allows them to quickly pick up on things that others might miss, whether it's the subtle body language of someone lying, the hidden agenda in a conversation, or the unspoken emotions in the room. Scorpios rely on their gut instincts to guide their decisions, and they often trust their intuition over logic because they know it rarely steers them wrong. If you hurt a Scorpio, don't think you can hide your true feelings from them. Their intuitive nature means that they can sense when something is off, even if you try to mask it with words or actions. They'll quickly pick up on your emotional shifts, even when you think you've successfully concealed them. This ability makes Scorpios incredibly difficult to deceive, and it also makes them highly perceptive when it comes to understanding the impact of their emotions. So, when you hurt a Scorpio, expect them to know exactly how you feel, and they will certainly know when you're being insincere. 10. They are resilient. Scorpios are incredibly resilient. They have an innate strength that allows them to bounce back from almost anything, no matter how painful or difficult. While they may retreat into themselves when hurt, it's not long before they begin to heal. Their ability to process their emotions deeply gives them the tools to overcome adversity, and they don't let setbacks keep them down for long. Whether it's a personal loss, betrayal, or failure, Scorpios are able to find their footing and rise stronger than before. Their resilience doesn't mean they forget the hurt, it means they learn and grow from it. They will carry the lesson forward, often becoming more insightful and self-aware. If you hurt a Scorpio, they might take time to heal, but once they do, they'll emerge even more powerful and determined. Their resilience gives them the strength to persevere through the toughest situations, and it's one of the reasons why you'll rarely see them truly defeated. So, while they may appear quiet or withdrawn after being hurt, rest assured, a Scorpio will rise again, stronger and more formidable than ever. 11. They value truth. For a Scorpio, truth is sacred. They place immense value on honesty and transparency, and they expect the same level of authenticity from others. Scorpios have a deep-seated need for the truth, whether it's in their personal relationships, work, or even casual interactions. They can't tolerate lies, deception, or anything that feels false, as they believe that truth is the foundation of any strong relationship. If you hurt a Scorpio, especially through dishonesty or deceit, the damage will be significant. Scorpios can sense when something is off, and once they discover that they've been lied to or manipulated, their trust in you is shattered. They won't easily forgive dishonesty, as it challenges their core belief in truth and integrity. If you want to rebuild your relationship with a Scorpio, showing them that you are genuine and truthful is the first, and most important, step. They can forgive many things, but lying or being deceitful is one thing that's incredibly difficult for them to overlook. 12. They will cut you off when hurt. Scorpios have a unique way of dealing with emotional pain. They will simply cut you off when they feel hurt. Unlike some people who may express their hurt, argue, or seek closure, a Scorpio's reaction is often more decisive. When their trust is broken, or they feel betrayed, their instinct is to protect themselves by distancing themselves entirely. This is not an impulsive decision, it is a calculated move to safeguard their emotional well-being. They understand the power of distance, and once they've been hurt, they know that the best way to protect themselves is to sever ties completely. This emotional distancing isn't something to be taken lightly. When a Scorpio cuts you off, it's often permanent. They won't be quick to take you back, and you may find that no matter how much you apologize, the door remains closed. Scorpios don't want to waste their energy on people who have hurt them, and once they decide you're no longer worth their time or emotional investment, they won't hesitate to walk away. This can leave you feeling confused, even rejected, but for a Scorpio, it's a way to ensure that they don't experience further pain. It's their way of protecting themselves, and once that line is drawn, it's incredibly hard to cross again. In conclusion, Scorpios are intense, loyal, and fiercely protective individuals who take their emotional bonds seriously. When you hurt a Scorpio, it's not just a small misunderstanding, it's a breach of trust that can have lasting effects. Scorpios feel deeply and will not hesitate to cut ties with anyone who threatens their emotional peace or loyalty. They value truth, emotional depth, and the relationships they invest in, and when that trust is broken, it's not easily rebuilt. If you've hurt a Scorpio, understand that their reaction may not be immediate, but it will be profound. Their emotional resilience means they will bounce back, but not without consequences. They'll retreat, analyze, and protect their emotional space from any further harm. And if you've crossed a line, don't expect an easy path back into their life. Once they cut you off, you may find that you're left outside, unable to re-enter their world. So, if you're lucky enough to have a Scorpio in your life, treat their trust and loyalty with the utmost care. They give their all when they love and care for someone, but if you betray them, it can be nearly impossible to regain their respect. Respect a Scorpio's boundaries, value their loyalty, and never take them for granted, because when you hurt a Scorpio, you may find that you've lost them for good. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into Zodiac personalities. Let us know in the comments how Scorpios have impacted your life or how you've experienced their intense nature. We'd love to hear your stories.